What's going on, guys? Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video I want to talk to you guys about the current state of Nintendo right now and the Nintendo community, because maybe some of you guys are just not aware, but I'm sure if you guys are on Twitter then by now you're probably aware of all the stuff that's going on. But right now Nintendo is in a pretty different situation where they've got a ton of fans, thousands and thousands of Nintendo fans that are disappointed in a lot of the decisions that they've kind of made recently. And so in this video, I want to talk to you guys about all the things that have recently happened that have led up to this point, as well as just give you guys my thoughts on the situation. But before we get started, I do want to let you guys know that I am having a special giveaway for the holidays, where I'm going to be giving away one digital code for any Nintendo Switch game. And if you do want to have a chance to win that, then all you got to do is click the link in the description. I'll also make it the pinned comment of this video. Just head over to my Twitter, retweet the tweet, and then also follow me there and just comment which game you want to have a chance to win. And you can choose any Nintendo Switch game that you want. So if you haven't played any game like Breath of the Wild or Smash Ultimate or Xenoblade Definitive Edition, you can choose that and definitely have a chance to win. Alright, but going back to Nintendo, they've pretty much upset thousands of fans because of the recent decisions, and in case some of you guys have no idea which ones I'm talking about and what's happened, I'm going to give you guys a rundown of everything because there have been multiple things that have happened in the past few weeks. Now the event that pretty much started all of this was a cease and desist that Nintendo gave to the Big House, which is a big Super Smash Bros. Tournament that was supposed to happen. Now if you guys don't know, because of this year with the worldwide pandemic happening, tournaments like this for Super Smash Bros. And a lot of other video games are just not possible to happen because you can't have like a big room and gather a whole bunch of these players and gather all these spectators and audience and tournament organizers, because it's just a very big health hazard for people to catch the virus. So as a result, these types of tournaments needed to be online, and even though we all know Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's online is pretty bad, the thing is it's still nice that there is an online mode and that you can do this. The thing, however, is that a lot of people still play Super Smash Bros. Melee, and for Melee tournaments they can't really do that because Super Smash Bros. Melee never had a built-in online mode from the start. So because of this, there was a program developed called Slippi, which allows you to be able to play Super Smash Bros. Melee while having online capability so that you could still have tournaments, and the Big House was basically going to be using this method in order to have their Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament, and Nintendo saw this and was like, nope, you can't do this, and they gave a cease and desist and shut this entire thing down. So that was like the first thing that actually started all of this. That's what kind of started all these hashtags like Free Melee and hashtag Save Smash. But the next thing that happened was Nintendo actually had their own organized Splatoon 2 tournament, and what they did was they let people choose their own team names, and because of that a lot of people decided to show their support to the Smash Bros community and had their team names be something like Free Melee, hashtag Save Smash, and Nintendo just did not like this happening, and as a result what they did was they canceled the entire live stream for this tournament and event. And so from this happening, the Splatoon community got angry and created their own hashtag called hashtag Save Splatoon, and I'm sure some of you guys might have seen that one trending around as well. And then after that, the next thing that Nintendo did that got a lot of people upset and angry was they actually demanded the production of these special Etika themed Joy-Cons to stop, and they basically just told them that you are not allowed to produce these anymore. And from the time that I'm making this video, when I woke up this morning, I saw that apparently Nintendo decided to strike a whole bunch of YouTube channels as well for just uploading or having music from Nintendo games. So it looks like they're going after like the music copyright once again. So really just a ton of things have happened from Nintendo in a matter of weeks that have caused the entire Nintendo community to be very upset with Nintendo and very disappointed. I'm going to share with you guys my thoughts on all these situations as well, so this way you can kind of see my viewpoint and where I'm coming from, but just keep in mind now that this is going to be stuff that's my opinion, and there is no right or wrong answer, but if you guys do agree with my viewpoint, then definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know, but also if you disagree, then let me know as well. I feel like as long as you're just respectful and you can kind of try to explain why you feel a different way, then it's really totally fine, as long as you're not really just like going down somebody and attacking someone for thinking a different way. I think it's really just open to discussion, but I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on all these different situations and how I feel about them. So the first thing that I have to say before we even get into all of this is that Nintendo absolutely 100,000,000% has the right to do every single thing that they did. Alright, they absolutely have the right to shut down that entire Super Smash Bros. Tournament. They have the right to shut down their live stream that they had for Splatoon 2. They have the right to stop production of those Etika themed Joy-Cons, and they also do have the right to go after YouTubers who upload music of their video games. I don't think I've seen anyone try to say that Nintendo is not allowed to do this or that they don't have the right. We all know that they have the capabilities to do every single one of those things that they did. But sometimes just because that you're allowed to do something doesn't really mean that it's the right thing to do. And I think that's really what comes into play here, and I think that's something that Nintendo doesn't really understand. So even though all of these actions were something that they were allowed to do, I don't think that they really understand the reasoning behind why these things were even happening in the first place. With the Super Smash Bros. Tournament, for example, the only reason that this Smash Bros. Tournament was gonna use this modded program Slippi in order to have their tournament for Smash Melee was because of this worldwide pandemic happening and the fact that they couldn't gather a tournament together with the players and the spectators and all the other people. Obviously, if we didn't have this pandemic happening and this virus going around, they would have just had a normal tournament and they would have just had Smash Melee there and it would have been perfectly fine. But because of that and because of how Smash Melee does not have any way to be able to be played online like how Smash Ultimate does, they developed this program just so that they could still keep their tournament scene alive, and because of that, Nintendo did not like how this program was using a modded software and decided to shut it down. I think that it just doesn't look right on them because it literally shows that they don't care about their community who's literally just trying to keep their game alive, and the community just wants to enjoy this game by having this program. They even went out of their way to develop a program that allowed them to be able to play this game online. Like, that alone should show you how dedicated they are to this game. Now, in terms of the Splatoon thing where they shut down the live stream because a lot of the team names were using hashtag free melee, hashtag save smash, to be honest with you guys, I can't think of a single reason why Nintendo would look correct in doing that. Like, in the other things, like, you could say, like, you know, it's because of their copyright and whatever, but like, in terms of shutting down the Splatoon live stream, I can't think of a single reason why Nintendo would look like the good guy in that. To me, honestly, in that specific situation, it literally looks like Nintendo loses in every single way. Like, it just looks so wrong and petty for them to shut down this entire live stream just because a lot of their team names were using hashtag save smash, hashtag free melee, and those things aren't even inappropriate. They were literally just supporting their own community. It's not like they even had anything political or racist or anything inside of those team names, so I think Nintendo loses in every way in doing that situation. Now, in the third thing where Nintendo came after this person for producing Etika themed Joy-Cons, once again, it's understandable why they did this. Alright, even the person who put up like the picture of the cease and desist showed like the copyrights that Nintendo was going after. They said that you were using like the Nintendo Switch logo, you were using the word Joy-Con, which Nintendo has trademarked, so obviously you can see why they did this. However, the thing that doesn't make sense here is how they went after this one person when there's literally a lot of third-party people right now who are making like these special types of Joy-Cons that have Nintendo logos. They literally have pictures of Mario and Yoshi and a lot of these other characters who are doing it for profit. Like there's like this one website, I'm not gonna like show you guys it because I don't want to send people and send like hate over that way, but the point is there's literally one website that I saw that was selling these like custom Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons where it literally had like Nintendo IP on them, like special customized like Mario and Yoshi and the Nintendo Switch logo and other things like that for like $200, $300. They were selling these Joy-Cons for prices like that, and they were literally making money off of them for profit. Whereas this one person here was producing these special Etika themed Joy-Cons, and first of all wasn't even doing it for profit. Every single amount of money that was earned from producing these Etika themed Joy-Cons was actually going to a charity for mental awareness because of Etika. I mean, Etika literally was one of the biggest Nintendo influencers. He was such a big loyal Nintendo fan and loved a lot of the Nintendo games, had a huge community of Nintendo fans that loved him for his hype and enthusiasm for Nintendo, and unfortunately he ended up taking his own life. And in order to remember him and his legacy, we had these special Etika themed Joy-Cons that were produced so that people could have them to remember Etika and also have all the money from buying them go to a special cause that was helping people be more aware of the situation that had Etika take his own life. So the person behind this wasn't even doing it for profit or to make money. They were literally donating all of this, and the fact that Nintendo went after this person but not to any of like these other third parties that are literally putting Nintendo IP and selling them for way higher prices on their Joy-Cons in order to actually make profit for themselves, it just really doesn't look right. Now, the one thing that we don't know is who exactly at Nintendo is making these decisions, who exactly is making these calls to have these types of things get shut down. We don't know for sure, but most people seem to think that it is most likely coming from Nintendo of Japan. The big Nintendo Japan headquarters that they have there are most likely the ones that are having these people and executives making these calls for these types of things to get shut down. And if this is the case, it really makes me kind of think of the Etika situation more, because if Nintendo of Japan really is making these calls, then maybe it's possible that Nintendo of Japan and the executives there aren't really aware of who Etika was or the person that he kind of was in the Nintendo community, and they kind of just see this as like somebody kind of trying to profit off of Nintendo's brand and Nintendo's logos, because maybe that could be a valid situation. But the thing is, even if that is true, it's kind of important for Nintendo of America or Nintendo of Europe or anyone to really kind of just let these people know how how Etika was a person that was so big in the Nintendo community and a really big influencer who ended up unfortunately taking his own life, to the point where these special Joy-Cons were produced in order to remember him and his legacy so that he isn't forgotten, and they were doing this where even all the money was being donated to charity. I feel like maybe if Nintendo Japan was able to kind of just see it in that perspective, if they were not aware already, then maybe they might have had a change of heart. But I feel like maybe because of how they don't see it that way, or they aren't aware of who Etika was, they kind of just see this as like a threat for somebody who is trying to profit off of Nintendo's brand, when that isn't the case at all. And so yeah, those are pretty much all of my thoughts on these situations. Once again, just because Nintendo is allowed to do something, or that they have the right to do so, doesn't always mean that it is the correct thing for them to do, or how it's going to look the best on them, or like the representation of them. Just kind of my way of looking at it. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button, and also comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel about this. How do you guys feel about Nintendo handling these situations? Do you guys think that it's wrong, that it doesn't look right on them? Or do you guys think that Nintendo is completely justified in this, and that everything that they did was completely correct? How do you guys feel? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Nintendo content in the future, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And remember to enter my giveaway as well. I am going to be giving away a digital code for any Nintendo Switch game, and if you do want to have a chance to win that, then all you got to do is click the link in the description or the pinned comment. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.